with me in the refreshed and updated 2024 Ford F-150 Raptor R. I have 720 horsepower, and this is the first drive in Johnson Valley. This is where King of the Hammers runs on some of these trails, and it's pretty sandy, and I need to maintain my momentum.
Good job.
So in this video, I'm going to be running around Johnson Valley. We're in the convoy of several Raptor Rs, and you'll be able to learn what makes the 2024 Raptor R different, because it's not just 20 extra horsepower. It's actually a lot more than that. So I'm doing a little bit of crawling right now. We're aired down, and we have new suspension components, more travel. All right, let's get going. I'm trying to get to the bottom of two questions and answer them. First, is the new 2024 Raptor R the ultimate super truck from anything available on the market right now? And secondly, if you already have a 2023 Raptor R, should you think about upgrading? So to do this, Ford brought us out on this first drive to Johnson Valley, California, and there will be sand and sand dunes. There will be a jump and some fast speed desert running. So after all of this, hopefully you will know, is this the ultimate super truck right now? Here's the biggest question I have. The new 2024 Raptor R is arguably the king super truck right now as far as internal combustion trucks are concerned, because the TRX is no more, and they've made it better. I mean, I knew they increased the power a little bit, but I think a lot of you guys had questions. Is it worth, actually getting into or looking at the 2024 F-150 Raptor? And so far, I think the answer is yes. All right, sorry, I'm gonna stop giggling. So first of all, they changed the travel on this truck. It has new half shafts in the front. They're able to put up to 35 degrees into the front half shaft. That improves the travel by half an inch. So now it's upwards of 14.5 inches of travel in the front and 15 inches of travel in the rear. And that's for like a 35-inch tall tire. For the 37 like this truck, still the same benefit. You have upwards of, come on, I'm going too slowly. But I have power, enough power to power through it. The tires are aired down to 27 psi in the front and 22 in the rear. Whew. And I gotta tell you, the suspension, so it does have more travel, but also dual valve Fox Live shocks. It's very important. And right now, my first impression is the suspension works a lot better than before. Partially it's the tires that are slightly aired down, but partially I think the suspension is actually making the ride a lot smoother and more enjoyable and comfortable. This is the new part, and actually a major new part on the 2024 Raptor R. Dual valve live suspension that they collaborated on with Fox. Now it has rebound and compression live adjustments. And Ford says, by the way, all the control logic for these valves is by Ford Performance. And of course, they're working with Fox collaborating on this project. And Ford says it provides best of both worlds. This truck could be a little bit softer over some terrain and very compliant and comfortable, or it can also be harder and more precise if you really want it to be. And it can do both at the same time or in the same vehicle. The Raptor R is still wearing these 37-inch tall tires. They're BF Goodrich KO2s, not 3s, all-terrain tires. And they're 12.5 inches wide. And this one is showing new wheel design, which is, I love this wheel. Okay, I'm almost ready. I come to Johnson Valley maybe once or twice a year, so I don't know many areas, and this is why OnX Off-Road is so important. I have it on my phone and I can load it up. I can download maps if I don't have reception, but right now I do, and I can check out different trails around this place and check out different featured trails as well. This is really, really nice, so I don't get lost. Check them out. You can use TFL Off-Road code for a discount for a subscription. Check it out in the description below. I mean, this is part of a Raptor character. It's actually getting airborne and exercising suspension. And since they improved the travel of the suspension, and now it has the new latest dual valve live shock system. First of all, the extra suspension allows you to kind of absorb the hit. It's an active suspension, which means it reacts up to 100 times a second, according to Ford, to the situation like being in the air or running across whoops. And this is a heavy truck still. The truck I'm sitting in with every option, it looks like, with a panoramic sunroof, it weighs around 6,200 pounds. So this is not a small lightweight. It's big and wide.
He's coming.
Well, it's not every day somebody says, here's a $110,000 truck, and then go do a jump. Woo! Sorry if I wasn't talking. I was trying to focus really specifically. I mean, it's one thing for somebody to say, oh, it's pretty safe, just go for it, it's the desert. But it's a whole other thing when you're launching a 6,200 pound truck and it's kind of dancing around on some whoops. My heart is beating. So yeah, this truck is definitely, you could daily it, or you can take it out in a place like this, Johnson Valley, and hit some jumps at speeds that will make your heart pound. Under this bulging hood lives a Predator. That's the nickname of this engine. 5.2 liters. And now for 2024, they bumped up the horsepower rating up to 720 horsepower. Still 640 pound-feet of torque. This is one of my favorite engines. Yes, TFL truck has owned a 2021 TRX with that giant Hellcat V8, but this engine revs a little bit quicker than the Hellcat, has a unique character to it, and they have updated the exhaust system on the V8 truck with equal length dual exhaust system that I think makes it sound really special. And of course the 10-speed automatic is behind this engine. Now this part of the experience I call fast race course, because really we are on part of a trail which is used by racing vehicles for off-road racing. All right, so I'm gonna goose it a little bit. And launch into it. I'm in Baja mode. And once again, I am still air down. So that was about 75-ish. Ooh, and I'm starting to float over this terrain, but still super comfortable. And here's my first assessment. I think the Raptor, this 2024 Raptor R, is back to kind of, in my opinion, to the comfort level of the first gen Raptor, which was kind of a little bit cushy, like traditional American kind of a luxmobile, but for off-road use. And I think as the years progressed, the Raptors became a little bit more kind of stiffly, more precisely sprung. But this one is kind of back. It has different characters. I can go like this through the desert. And comfort is important. I mean, precision is also important for fast speed, but comfort is important because it's very likely that when you're driving here, you have your significant other or your children or your friends with you, and the driver is having fun, but you want your passengers also to have a little bit of fun. Ooh, I almost missed that turn. By the way, in Baja mode, everything changes. Steering, suspension, transmission shift points. The ABS braking system changes its behavior, allows a little bit more slip, so you can build up a little bit more loose material like sand and dirt in front of your tires, so you have a little bit of a cushion to slow down. And by the way, being in Johnson Valley, there's still a lot of unpredictability. There's a lot of variables. This is not a prepared off-road course in somebody's backyard. This is the desert that changes constantly, and there's boulders on each side, and if you do something, if your concentration lapses, or if you do make a mistake, there could be serious consequences. Yeah, I think the Raptor R, I would say this 2024 model might just be the best F-150 Raptor of all time. And it needs to be. The world is becoming more competitive. Even though the TRX is not around anymore, the RHO is coming out very, very soon on sale. And now I have a handling course. It's a refreshed model, and in the front, you know this by unique new headlamps. You can see the new daytime signature, the LED strips, and of course the grille has been slightly updated, and also the bumper is new and modular. But I think from a distance, this is how you will know this is an updated truck from the previous one. They updated the look of the toe points on the front, and of course that's another way you can know that this is a Raptor R, is because this is code orange, and then up here the little red or code orange R as well. For 2024, the interior did not change much, but I don't think it needed to change much. These seats are still very comfortable and very supportive. They have nice bolsters, and of course the R and code orange right there. There should be a little of a V8 stitching coming through here on the center console. And the steering wheel, I love this. It's really thick. Paddle shifters right here for manual transmission control. And now every new Raptor gets a heads-up display. It's really hard for me to show you that, but I love that new feature. Now, according to Onyx Off-Road, this place is called the Soggy Dry Lake. And it's kind of a handling course here on dirt. And I want to kind of experience actually how it does it. Yeah! Letting in the tail hang. Woo! Ah! Woo! It's getting torn up. By the way, it's really sketch. If you are on a dry lake bed like this and you're trying to slide a truck like this in four-wheel drive, you can catch an edge, and it's really easy to actually get tippy. Brakes, ABS. Ooh, that's a lot of dust. Holy moly. Sorry, I'm not an off-road racer. I am a truck guy. I love trucks. I tow trailers. I love going off-road, but I'm not a precision driver. So I know you're gonna tell me, Andre, you could have done this better. Your hands on the wheel were in the wrong way. You're gonna tell me a lot of different things, but I just enjoyed it, and this truck has more capability than I have capability for driving. All right, so now you probably think that, you probably think that I am just a fanboy, that I love this truck, and I do. I mean, there's not very many bad things about it. It's crazy quick. It has amazing sound. It has great performance. It's got 37-inch tall tires. And for a truck like this, you need every bit of it, because even though it has great ground clearance, I still touched some skid plates today when we're crawling over some rocky terrain. So every little bit helps. The new suspension, I think, it might be just the best Raptor ever, in my opinion. Yes, some will say other suspension systems on Raptors were more precise, but I'm not a perfect driver. I like comfort. I prioritize comfort just a little bit more. $110,000 starting price. The EcoBoost 450 horsepower Raptor is still there. It starts at around 80,000 bucks. This is 110. And I think the only bad part about this truck, other than its crazy high price, justifiable price though, is that it's scarce. There's still not very many of them available, and dealers are charging markups for them still, specifically the 2024 models. So yeah, even if you had $110,000 burning a hole in your pocket, it may be hard to get one of these trucks. Well, let me know what you think in the comments below. This was my first experience. I was grinning ear to ear. I hope you probably saw that. Check out oldtfl.com, and I'll see you next time. So what about answering my two questions? First, is it the best super truck right now? Well, looking at the specs as well, it does not have a front locking differential, but doing what we did today in the desert, I never felt like I really needed it, and we did a little bit of rock crawling as well. I think this truck works the way it is, and I say yes, it's an all-around great pickup truck for off-roading and daily driving. Second question, should you upgrade if you already have a 2023 Raptor R? Should you move on up to this one? I think the answer is also yes. I think the suspension itself is probably worth doing, even though you may not notice the 20 horsepower increase in power. I think you will notice a difference in the suspension system and the additional travel. Yes.